So activity based costing guys is, Isha बोल बेटा, what is activity based costing? Based on the activity beta we will, huh, we will allocate cost based on activity. Very good beta. Latur, what is activity based costing? Same answer. Base पूरा at least repeat तो कर. We will allocate cost on the basis of activities. All right guys, correct here beta, but you have to understand it in a much detailed manner. This chapter guys is actually a part of the initial chapters. Traditional method of absorbing overheads is what we have learned in overheads chapter. Overheads chapter bolta hai guys that we will first identify different overheads with the departments of an organization, that is production departments and service departments. Patil, सुनना बेटा जो पढ़ा रहा हूँ. We will first identify all the overheads which are with production departments and service departments. This is called as primary distribution of overheads, also known as apportionment and allocation. Once that is done guys, we will perform secondary distribution of overheads, reapportion our overheads guys from service departments to production departments. After that comes absorption of overheads. Absorption of overheads beta, I said there are multiple bases. It can be on the basis of machine hours, it can be on the basis of labor hours, direct material, direct wages, prime cost, anything guys. Are we clear? We preferably use machine hours or labor hours as the allocation basis guys, because higher the usage, that is higher the amount of time spent as such guys on a product, higher will be the resource utilization, and that is why the share of overheads also beta should be higher. Are we clear about this? This is absorption of overheads. We prefer machine hours or labor hours as the absorption basis. After that beta, we did the concept of comprehensive machine hour rate. Under comprehensive machine guys, ऐसे तुम लोग घूर रहे हो, सुन रहे हो ना बेटा? See, you have to keep blinking your eyes also guys. ऐसे तुम लोग ऐसे ही घूर रहे हैं ना, ऐसा लगता है कुछ और ही सोच रहे साले, क्या मेरे को क्यों घूर रहे बोल के, और घूरो बेटा. And if you think that will scare me, it will not. ठीक है, अच्छे अच्छे घरे यहाँ पे बंदर बैठे से जो घूरते रहते, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. So वो बेचारी बंदर सोच रही किसको बोला बोल के. So guys, I was talking about absorption. After that we moved on to comprehensive machine hour rate. Comprehensive machine hour rate guys is one further step than departmental recovery rates. It says instead of absorbing overheads from the entire department at once, we will be absorbing overheads guys on the basis of machine centers. And that machine center, so you're absorbing overheads because different machines can have different capacities, and the amount of expenditure that you're incurring for these machines beta can differ. Are we clear? Activity based costing आके बोलता है बेटा ये सब गलत है. You cannot absorb overheads on the basis of machine hours or labor hours, because not every expenditure that you are incurring in the organization is driven by the number of machine hours or number of labor hours. Alright. When I say it is driven by machine hours or labor hours, it is not necessary that just because you're spending higher number of machine hours on one product as such better, the expenditure also should be higher. There's a possibility as such guys that though you are spending higher number of hours on a product as such guys, the amount of expenditure will be lower. Is that clear guys? यार मेरे को हंसी आ रही है यार, तुम लोग जिस तरह से शक्लें बना के मेरे को घूर रहे हो ना. Are we all clear guys? So for this purpose, ध्यान देना बेटा, it is just to understand the basics today first. For this purpose, we first try to understand what are the different types of activities that are performed in an organization. We divide our activities guys into 4 categories called as unit level activities, batch level activities, product level activities, and facility level activities. अभी पूरा ABC समझाया नहीं, I'm just trying to get into the topic. For that you have to first understand all of this. A unit level activity is anything where the cost is driven by volume. Higher the number of units manufactured, higher should be the expenditure incurred. Classic example is machine operation cost. Activity based costing says that you cannot allocate all the overheads on the basis of machine hours or labor hours, but there can definitely be some portion of your expenditure that is driven by machine hours or labor hours. Using only machine hours as the allocation basis is incorrect. That does not mean you cannot use machine hours as the allocation basis for any expenditure. Machine operation cost jo hai beta, isn't it obviously driven by the total number of machine hours? If a product A, I take 10 hours to manufacture a product, for product B, I take 1 hour to manufacture a product. Shouldn't the amount of machine operation cost be different for both the products? So a unit level activity is one where the total expenditure that you are incurring is driven by number of units manufactured. Are we clear about this, guys? Thoda, I said do not blink, मतलब उसको भी देख के थोड़ा react करो. समझ में आ रहा है? It should not be driven, sorry, it should be driven better by the total number of units manufactured. What is the example for unit level activity? Machine. थोड़ा जोर से बोलो, पूरे बच्चों को सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है. Machine operation. सुनाई दिया बेटा अभी? The other example beta is inspection cost. If an organization has a policy of inspecting every unit that is being manufactured, not every organization beta has a policy of inspecting every unit. Few organizations might have this policy. Today organizations believe in manufacturing the right quality product beta first time only. They think that inspection is a non-value added activity. You're not adding any value to the product by inspecting the product. So instead of wasting time on inspecting the product, usse better is to manufacture the right quality product only first time. But anyways, if every unit of the product beta that is being manufactured is being tested, is being inspected, will that become a unit level activity? Will the total cost of inspection get driven by the number of units that you are manufacturing? Correct, guys. So what are the two activity examples that I've given, guys, for unit level? Machine operation and Sakshi tu aaj summarize karayegi, theek hai? Machine operation beta and inspection cost. Are we all clear about this? Ab bolo beta, what will be batch level activity? Cost is driven by the number of batches, not driven by the number of units that you have in each batch. Doesn't matter whether you're manufacturing 10 units per batch or whether you're manufacturing 1000 units per batch. तुम एक batch चला रहे हो, you will incur cost. Are you getting the point, guys? Classic example for this will be machine setup cost. Every time you shift from one product line to another product line as such, there are changes required. There are to be made to the machine. You will have to input with advancements in technology, setup time has drastically reduced. But there will be some amount of machine setup time that is required. So these expenses are not driven by the total volume that is being manufactured, but this will be driven by the total number of batches that are undertaken. समझ में आ रहा है? Let's say I'm manufacturing, I receive an order as such to manufacture 10,000 units. I undertake, guys, to manufacture this 10,000 units in lots of 1,000 units each. So I will have to set up or adjust the machine 10 times. I will incur the setup cost how many times? There is another order that I received for 10,000 units of another product. I've decided to manufacture all the 10,000 units in a single lot only. How many setups will be required? So it does not depend on how many units are you manufacturing. It depends on how many batches are you undertaking. Are we clear about this? समझ में आ रहा है क्या बोल रहा हूँ बेटा मैं? Again, an example for this beta, classic example that I told you is machine setup cost. Inspection cost can also become a batch level activity if you are not inspecting every unit. Instead, you decide that you will inspect 10 units out of every batch. It should not even be a fixed percentage of every batch. अगर percentage है, then it is obviously volume driven. Higher the number of units, higher will be. अगर तुम decide कर रहे हो that you will inspect 3% of all the units, higher the volume, higher will be the inspection cost. I have decided that I will randomly pick up 10 units from every batch and inspect them, irrespective of how many units are there in the batch. Then it will become a batch level cost. Material procurement or handling cost will become a batch level cost. Every time you undertake a batch, there will be material that will be requisitioned from the stores department as such beta. So the number of times you're handling the material will depend on the number of time batches are being undertaken. You undertake a higher quantity batch, you will ask to deliver the entire raw material at once. Otherwise, beta, if the manufacturing is being undertaken in smaller lots, you will have to requisition the material also in smaller lots. Won't your material handling cost increase? So there are few expenses that are not driven by the total volume, they are driven by the total number of batches that are being undertaken. Understood the difference between these two? Unit level activity क्या है? Expenditure is driven by number of units that you are manufacturing. Batch level activities beta is where the total expenditure is driven by. समझ में आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है? Next beta comes product level activity. Now, what do you think will be a product level activity? Expenditure that you incur as such beta depends on or is driven by the existence of a product line. Doesn't matter how many batches am I manufacturing, how many units am I manufacturing. As long as I have a particular product as such beta in my product line, I will incur that product level cost. What can be an example of a product level activity? हाँ, रॉ मटेरियल तो नहीं आएगा बेटा. रॉ मटेरियल अगर है तो इट इज यूनिट लेवल, क्योंकि अगर प्रोडक्ट स्पेसिफिक रॉ मटेरियल भी है, हायर द नंबर ऑफ यूनिट्स मैन्युफैक्चर्ड, हायर विल बी द एक्सपेंडिचर. Product specific machinery as such beta or supervision charges, there's a technical expert that is required for a specific product. You will have to pay him salaries as long, doesn't matter whether you're manufacturing 1 unit or 10 units or 100 units. Product specific depreciation machineries agar hai, so royalty payable will be volume driven if it is, because royalty is usually paid on the basis of total number of units manufactured. Agar royalty is fixed amount irrespective of tum kya banana chahte ho, fixed license fee that you are paying for a specific technology, then yes, it is product level, provided the fee should be fixed. It should not be dependent on the number of units. थोड़े cases में हो सकता है बेटा technology fee is fixed. हाँ, brand specific अगर है बेटा, then it is overall organization. Product specific advertisement guys will definitely become product level activity. There are two types of advertisements that entities undertake. One is to promote the brand itself. The other expenditure as such beta is to promote specific products of a particular brand. Are you relating to it beta? समझ में आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है? So anyways, are we all clear about product level activity? So here again you are not incurring expenditure based on total number of units manufactured or the total number of batches guys. It is all driven by the existence of a product line. The fact that you are into one specific product line, you will continue to incur that product level cost. Are we clear? See, the whole point of dividing your activities into these categories is to also understand that not every expenditure is driven by volume. तो तुम अगर overheads directly machine hours के basis पे allocate कर रहे हो, गलत हो जाएगा वो. Because when you allocate machine hours, total overheads only on the basis of machine hours or labor hours, we are assuming that every overhead is driven by machine hours or labor hours. That means we are assuming every overhead is driven by volume, which is incorrect. Are we understanding this? Now, what will be facility level activity? हाँ बेटा, the facility level activity as such guys is on account of existence of a specific division or a specific facility. Classic example is again research and development. It can be building maintenance, it can be plant maintenance as such guys. All of these are the examples. Security of the factory as such better. Support functions जो बोलते हैं. So they are driven by the existence of a facility. They are not driven by the existence of a product line or anything. Are we clear? So you divide your activities into these four categories as such better. A, B, C का main point एक ही है. You are not incurring all expenses that are driven by machine hours or labor hours. So that is why instead of allocating all the overheads as such guys on the basis of machine hours or labor hours, we will identify expenses based on the activities for which the expenditure is being incurred and then try to establish a relation between that activity and the end product. Rather than directly clubbing all the expenses guys, we will first try to identify expenses with respect to each activity. Once we identify all the expenses with respect to each activity guys, what are we going to do? Allocate to the end product by establishing a relation guys between that activity and the product. Cause and effect relationship clear cut is established here. When you say cause and effect relationship as such beta, if there is something that is being manufactured as such beta, that product will obviously utilize certain services. वो services related cost जो भी है, you establish a relation directly between that and the end product, it will result in better allocation of expenses. That is ABC. बोलने के लिए बहुत easy है बेटा, but implementation of ABC involves a careful study of all the activities of the organization. That is why not every organization implements ABC. First time implementation is going to be expensive. After that, as better, it is regular thing only. So to do this, organizations will first divide their activities into something called as, ये हो गया main classification, primary activities and secondary activities. We will not sit and start establishing a relation as such guys between every activity and the end product. समझ में आ रहा है? अभी बेटा, when you are, it's like this. You want to manage your expenses as such guys, you cannot, maintain a detailed list of every small expenditure also. You can always club them under miscellaneous category बोल के. चाय पे 3 रुपए खर्च किया, 4 रुपए खर्च किया. You cannot get into those detailing also. So even here we divide our activities into two categories, primary and secondary activities or support activities. Primary activities are the main activities of an organization. These support activities will be clubbed with the related primary activities. Rather than you establishing a relation between that support activity and the end product, you will simply club it with the related activity. Are we all clear? Intent समझ में आया? So this entire chapter deals with only allocation of overheads guys. This does not talk about direct cost anywhere. Direct cost but is directly identifiable. Because the cost is directly identifiable as such guys, there's absolutely no need for you to have any allocation basis. मैं starting में भी बोल रहा था बेटा, costing is majorly about how will you allocate your overheads properly. Identification of direct material, direct employee cost is not a difficult task. It can be done easily. It is only proper allocation of overheads as such beta that are required. Are we clear about this? Now, which organization should implement ABC? First thing, if overheads is a very insignificant part of your total cost, there's no point in implementing ABC. Let's say the total cost of a product is 100 rupees, जिसमें से direct cost बेटा is 95 rupees, 5 rupees are overheads. तुम proper allocation basis लाग के भी बेटा कितना तो change ही कर लोगे cost per unit. You are not changing your overall cost that you are incurring. You are only changing the allocation basis. Are you clear? So ABC would make more sense when overheads are a significant part of your total cost. They should be significantly higher. When I say significantly higher, it does not mean overhead should be more than 50% of your total cost. Many manufacturing industries beta will not have that. Material will always be the highest component of cost. It should still be significant enough. And plus, under that also, a major part of your overheads as such guys should be driven by non-volume activities. If they are driven by volume related activities only, why not allocate them on the basis of machine hours or labor hours? Why take the headache of again dividing them into different activities and then try to establish a relation between them and the end product? So that overheads also beta should be driven by non-volume related activities. Only then beta ABC would make more sense. Are we clear about this? Plus an organization guys should be into multiple product lines. If an organization is into only one product line as such guys, allocation of expenses is never a difficult task. Whatever you're incurring is in relation to that product only. See, allocation becomes difficult only when you have multiple products to which the cost is to be allocated. अकेले हो, अकेले रेस्टोरेंट गए, how will you share the bill? मतलब तुमको ही देना है. Are you clear about this, Rishikesh? Don't worry, beta. You'll not be alone today. But are we all clear about this? समझ में आया नहीं आया? So it will make sense, guys, only when an organization is manufacturing. 12 बज गई ना? Manufacturing 11:59 बेटा, घड़ी खराब है तेरी. Manufacturing multiple products. Any doubt in this part? Chapter is very easy, comes in every attempt as such guys for about 7-8 marks. Allocation of expenses, because they will not ask us to identify the activities, they will not ask us to identify the allocation basis. They will give us activities, they will give us allocation basis. All we have to do is, but ABC guys is also used for the purpose of cost reduction. Once you know how your expenditure is actually being driven, you can target those things better and reduce your cost more effectively. जब तक यही नहीं मालूम पड़ रहा है कि what is driving our total cost, there's no point guys in implementing cost reduction techniques. You will never be able to get real cost savings. Is that clear? FMCG companies में ना बेटा, first important thing, please understand, 90% or more of their total product line guys is subcontracted. Job work basis पे दे देते हैं. For them, allocation of expenditure is never a big task as such guys. because the only thing that they will have to incur is raw material cost. Baki pura beta comes under job work charge, which is also a direct expenditure, directly identifiable. So that raw material cost plus job work cost as such beta will become their total cost. Yes, distribution cost is a significant part of the total cost. An FMCG company cannot be profitable as such, guys, if the factory unit is not within a 100-kilometer radius, because they say that they are not transporting products, they're transporting air from one location to another location. Chips dekh lo beta. Nahi guys, I've spoken to these FMCG players. I know a couple of them who manufacture for all of these players like ITC and everything. So they tell, हम chips थोड़ी बेच रहे हैं, हम हवा बेच रहे हैं यहाँ से वहाँ बोल के. Major cost for them is transportation, and it says it will not be viable if the unit is not within a 100-kilometer radius, because the transportation cost is going to significantly increase, and if it increases as such, there's no point only. मतलब profit margins reduce drastically. So if they manufacture as such better, then yes, ABC will be helpful, because a lot of products as such, guys, FMCG companies have a lot of variants. If they have a lot of variants as such, guys, this will help us in identification of cost. Anything else? Product A and B beta, the total number of units, लिखना शुरू करो मेरे साथ. Total number of units manufactured are 5,000 and 10,000. Total amount of machine hours as such, guys, let's say are 15,000 and 5,000. Put together 20,000 machine hours. Total setup time as such beta that is needed. For product A, guys, let's say the total setup time beta was 1,000 hours. For product B, the total setup time was 3,000 hours. Put together 4,000. Inspection time that was spent, let's say, guys, on product A is 500 hours. On product B beta, it was about 12,000 hours. Put together 1,500 hours. Now, let's say the total overheads incurred by an organization beta are 5 lakh rupees. If I follow traditional method of absorbing overheads, guys, I'll directly end up absorbing all the overheads on the basis of machine hours. What will be my overhead absorption rate? Sun lo abhi. What will be the amount of overhead absorption rate if you are absorbing overheads on the basis of machine hours beta? You'll write 5 lakhs divided by 20,000 hours, and that will be 25 rupees per hour. What will be the amount of overheads that you will end up allocating to product A and product B, guys? A के लिए कितने machine hours required थे? 15,000. For product B beta we needed 5,000. So 15,000 hours beta multiplied by 25 rupees, this will become 3,75,000, and this will be 5,000 hours multiplied by 25, which will be 1,25,000. What will be the cost per unit, guys? How many units did we manufacture of product A and product B, guys? 5,000 and 3,75,000 divided by 5,000, guys. And then beta 1,25,000 divided by 10,000 units. Cost per unit beta will be 12.5. This is if I follow traditional method of absorbing overheads. Yes or no, guys? If I follow activity based costing, let's say अपना total overheads कितना बोला था मैं? Total overheads are 5 lakhs, guys. ये 5 lakhs में बेटा अपना setup cost is let's say 2 lakh rupees. Machine inspection cost बेटा is 1,50,000. Sorry, product inspection cost, and the balance better machine operation cost 1,50,000. So when you are allocating overheads as such, guys, setup cost will be allocated to both the products better in the ratio of the total setup time, rather than allocating it on the basis of machine hours. Apna total setup cost kitna hai? 2 lakhs. What is the total number of setup time? You've already written in your books better. So this setup cost of 2 lakhs I will allocate, guys, in the ratio of 1,000 is to 3,000. How much will be the allocation of the amount? 50,000, guys, and 1,50,000. Are we clear about this? Then better after setup cost comes inspection cost. Inspection cost beta kitna hai apna total? 1,50,000. We are going to allocate that in the ratio of number of inspection time. Kitna hai beta wo? 500 is to 1000. This will be 50,000 guys and 1 lakh. ये जो बचा हुआ machine operation cost है बेटा, this can be allocated in the ratio of machine hours. So the total amount is 1,50,000. This will go better in the ratio of 5,000 is to 15,000 is to 5,000. So this will be 1 lakh, 1,12,500 and 37,500. All put together, beta, this will become 2,12,500 and this will become 2,87,500. If I were to compute my overhead per unit, this 2,12,500 you're going to divide by the volume of 5,000 units, which will be 42.5. This will be 2,87,500 divided by 10,000 units. So earlier beta we got a cost of 75 and 12.5. Now we are getting a cost of 42.5 and 28.75. Are we understanding this? Yes or no, guys? That's the difference between your traditional method and ABC. Understood the importance of ABC? Copy karo beta, we continue karo example. Object. Do we all know what is a cost object? We have done this, guys, in the very first chapter beta. What is cost object, guys? Any product or service, guys, or department for which the cost is to be determined as such, guys, is called as your cost object. Activity, guys, is any event that results in you incurring cost. Anything in the organization, beta, Ayush, you can dream later, that results in you incurring cost will be termed as an activity. Then there is something called as cost driver. You should know the meaning of the word cost driver, guys, by now. What do you think will be a cost driver? The one that drives the... Correct, beta? Can you explain it a little? The basis on which we allocate the cost. We allocate cost, guys, on the basis of cost driver because it is the factor, beta, that results in you incurring cost. So cost driver में beta दो चीजें होती है. One is resource cost. चलो competition करें. One is resource cost driver, guys. The other one is activity cost driver. When you say resource cost driver as such, guys, we are basically talking about the resource utilization by the activities. Activity क्या क्या resources consume कर रहा है बेटा will be called as your resource cost driver. जैसे if you talk about setup, setup is an activity. So there will be multiple resources that will be consumed by this activity, guys. Multiple resources as in there can be electricity consumption, guys, during this setup. There can be people as such better working on the machines for the setup. These are all the resources that are being consumed by setup activity. So this will become what? Your resource cost driver. Activity cost driver as such, guys, is the utilization of this activity by the end product. So if I talk about product A as such better needed 500 hours of setup time. So that will become your activity cost driver. Product A needing 500 hours, matlab we are establishing a relation between the activity as such better and the end product. And that becomes an activity cost driver. By default, whenever they give cost driver in this chapter as such better, it will be activity cost driver and not resource cost driver. Because we need activity cost driver to establish a relation between end product and the activity, without which we will not be able to allocate the resources. Are we all understanding this, guys? Yes or no, beta? So we will have to arrive at the cost driver. We will have to arrive at, I told you the other day, beta, that we divide the activities into primary and secondary activities. All the secondary activities will be grouped with the related primary activities. Once we do that as such, beta, you arrive at a cost pool. Cost pool, beta, is the total cost that we are identifying in respect of a specific activity. That I will divide by the total activity cost driver. Just say the example that I gave you as such, beta, what is the total setup cost? 1,50,000, 2 lakhs. Inspection cost, beta, was 1,50,000. Yes or no? The total activity cost driver, beta, was 1,500 hours. This will become the level of cost driver. Once I divide 1,50,000 by 1,500, guys, I will get something called as rate per driver. This is nothing but your absorption rate. But you're not going to have one absorption rate. You're going to have multiple absorption rates. For every activity, you will have a different absorption rate. So 1,50,000 divided by 1,500 hours, beta, this will become 100 rupees per hour. All we have to do is just compute this rate per driver. Once we compute this rate per driver, guys, we will be able to allocate cost to the end product. Are we clear? Yes or no guys? समझ में आ गया ये? Stages in ABC. First stage beta would be to identify different, लिखते जाओ, पढ़ा चुका हूँ. Identify the different activities. Identify different activities. I told you beta here we will be dividing our activities into primary and secondary or support activities. Alright. Next beta. Identify overheads with the activities. With the activities. Support activities guys will be related to or will be clubbed with the related primary activities. Related primary activities. Determine the activity cost driver. Compute rate per driver. Compute rate per driver. In our previous example beta, the activities that we perform beta were setup, inspection, machine operation. Yes or no guys? What was the total cost pool guys of this? Array, individual activity wise 2 lakh, 1 lakh 50,000 and 1 lakh 50,000. All put together beta 5 lakhs. What was the cost driver guys for setup? It was total setup time. Level of cost driver beta was 4,000. बस फॉर्मेट लिखा रहा हूँ समझ में आना बोल के. 4,000 hours guys. Inspection time था बेटा ये. What was the total inspection time? 1,500 hours. And for machine operation beta it was machining time. This was the cost driver and this was how many hours? Using this you're going to compute rate per driver. So 2 lakhs divided by 4,000 hours guys. Our setup is going to cost us 50 rupees per hour of setup. Inspection beta was costing us 100 rupees. Machine operation time beta 7.5 rupees. लिख लो बेटा ये. This is computation of rate per driver. Once we get this beta, we will be able to allocate cost to the end product. Traditional Limited guys is a manufacturer of range of goods. The cost structure of its different products are as follows. Direct materials are given guys for all the three products 50, 40 and 40. Direct labor is given per unit. Production overheads are already given. याद रखना बेटा, the name of the company is Traditional Method. That means it must be absorbing overheads. Usually they give names like this only better so that they tell you that at present the company is following traditional method and the company would want to implement ABC. Total cost on a per unit basis is given 110, 120, 140. Quantity produced is given. Traditional Limited was absorbing overheads on the basis of direct labor hours. So they are absorbing overheads better on the basis of traditional method. All the overheads are being absorbed on the basis of labor hours. A newly appointed management accountant has suggested that the company should introduce ABC and has identified cost drivers and cost pools as follows. So the associated guys cost is given for all the four activities and their cost drivers are given. The first activity guys is store receiving, for which number of purchase requisitions will be a cost driver. The associated cost of that activity is 2,96,000. The second activity is inspection, for which it is number of production runs. उसके बाद जो एंटर मारे तो ऑर्डर नीचे जाता. Number of production runs guys 8,94,000. dispatch is given beta orders executed, and machine setup के लिए beta they've given us number of setups. The following information is also supplied A, B, C. They've given us number of setups, number of orders executed, number of production runs, and number of purchase requisitions. You are required to calculate the activity-based production cost of all the three products. So, the total overheads, guys, as per traditional method and as per ABC will not change. Whether you follow traditional method of absorbing overheads or whether you follow ABC, guys, amount of overheads should not change. Of course, ABC will help us in cost reduction, guys, because you know the cause and effect relationship properly. यहाँ पे बेटा, can you multiply overhead per unit with the total volume? Overhead per unit, guys, with the total volume. 30 rupees per unit for product A, guys, multiplied by 10,000 units. 3 lakhs, 8 lakhs and 15 lakhs, guys. 3, 8 and 15, sum total is 26 lakhs. Is sub ka total also beta should be 26 lakhs. The total overheads, guys, whether you are using traditional method or whether you follow ABC, should not change. ये इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ बेटा because in few questions the total overheads will not be given. They will tell us what proportion of your overheads, guys, are this. I will have to compute total overheads using traditional method and then multiply by those percentages to get activity wise overheads. Are we understanding this? You will take total overheads as per traditional. ये question में जरूरत नहीं है but अपने understanding के लिए बोल रहा था. समझ में आया? Though you can directly divide the cost, guys, in the ratio of the level of cost driver, it is mandatory in the examination beta to close mouth and then beta compute rate per driver. Are we clear about this? Are we all clear? एक नोट लिखो बेटा, पढ़ाता हूँ. All of you write a note beta. The total amount of overheads to be allocated, under traditional method or ABC, under traditional method or ABC would be the same. The total amount of overheads better to be allocated under traditional method or ABC would be the same. Under traditional method, overheads equals. Under traditional method, overheads beta equals. You will write 30 per unit beta into how many units? 10,000. 40 rupees per unit into 20,000 units and 50 rupees per unit, guys, into 30,000 units. 26 lakhs. Under ABC, total overheads will be. ये एग्जाम में लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. This is only for our understanding beta. 2,96,000, 8,94,000 plus 2,10,000 plus 12 lakhs. कितना हो जाएगा बच्चों? The total overheads under ABC, guys, is 26 lakhs. So whether you follow traditional method or whether you follow ABC, guys, the amount of overheads are going to remain same. In the given case, they are 26 lakhs. By the product. So product A has requisition 360 setups. वो 360 बार setups use किए. Are we all clear about this, guys? So the first step beta in computing cost per unit. यहाँ पे traditional method का cost per unit is already given. In few questions it will not be given. We will have to compute it, guys. But यहाँ पे traditional method का cost per unit is given. All you have to do is compute cost per unit, guys, under ABC and then determine, guys, whether the product was actually under costed or over costed under traditional method. वो भी नहीं पूछा but exam में बेटा standard set of question में ऐसा ही आता है बस. So here, guys, for computation of cost per unit under ABC, I just told you that it is mandatory to compute rate per driver. Are we clear about this? Start beta. Computation of rate per driver. The format is exactly the same that we have presented, guys, abhi upar. You will write activity. You will write the corresponding cost you will write cost driver, then you will write level of cost driver, and then rate per driver. अब भी जो ऊपर लिखे बेटा एग्जैक्टली सेम, ऊपर एग्जाम्पल बोल के लिखाया था ये. What are the 4 activities that we have beta here? Stores. एक काम करो बेटा, लिखना बंद करो, सुन लो. There are 4 activities that are given in the question, guys. We have stores receiving, we have inspection, we have dispatch, and we have machine setup. समझ में आ रहा ना बेटा तनिष? What is the total cost, guys, of stores receiving? 2,96,000 already identified in the question. Inspection cost is also identified, guys, and dispatch cost is also identified. When you say cost driver, guys, नीचे question में दिया हुआ बेटा, what is the cost driver for each of these activities? For stores requisition बेटा, it is purchase requisitions. Can you add all the purchase requisitions बेटा जो नीचे तीनों प्रोडक्ट्स के परचेज एक्विजिशंस ऐड करो बेटा. 300, 450 एंड 500. नीचे वाले टेबल में लास्ट लाइन you will get 1250. You will now divide 2,96,000 beta by 1250 to compute your rate per driver. You will get cost for purchase acquisition. 236.8. Second वाले के लिए बेटा inspection के लिए the cost driver is given as number of production runs. The total number of production runs, guys, will be, you will write 8,94,000 divided by 3,000. Dispatch के लिए बेटा it says orders executed. Orders executed, guys, total orders executed कितने बेटा? 2,10,000 divided by 750. 280. Orders machine setup में बेटा we have number of setups कितने? 1,200, guys, and 1,000. So ये number of production runs and number of setups अलग क्यों है? Sometimes it may happen better that you're setting up the machine as such, guys, once, and in one run you are manufacturing 1,000 units without changing product line. वही product का you are executing another production run. Possible? I want to manufacture product A, guys. I have set up the machine for product A. I have manufactured 1,000 units. Instead of shifting to another product line, we are continuing in the same setup as such, but I do not have to make any changes to the machine because the machine is already set up for this product line. There's only another production run that is being executed. That is why number of production runs can differ from number of setups. कुछ नहीं दिया, number of setups will be equal to number of production runs. Once we compute rate per driver, guys, we will have to show the allocation of cost under ABC to products ABC. You will have activity, you will directly write rate per driver, and you will write level of driver again. यही format follow करना है. 3 products, guys, to which the cost is to be allocated. The first activity as such beta is stores receiving. We have already computed, guys, that the rate per driver for stores receiving is 200.8 per requisition. Yes or no? अब जब level of cost driver लिखोगे, you will write like this: 300, 450 and 500 individually, ताकि you multiply all of them better and write the answer in the outer column. So to product A, how much will be allocated better? It will be 236.8 multiplied by 300. Next बेटा, समझ में आ गया? I know that we could have directly allocated both, मतलब we could have combined both the statements into a single statement only, guys, but then it is important that we compute rate per driver. Next beta is inspection. What was the level of rate per driver for inspection? 298 per production run. How many runs, guys? 750, 1,050 and 1,200. How much will that be? 2,25,000. Huh? 12,900. 3 lakh. Correct answer, guys. Dispatch guys, what is the rate per driver? क्या हुआ कशिश आज क्लास आ गई तो 280 guys per order. The number of orders executed guys are 180, 270 and 300. समझ में आ रहा है बच्चों? How much will be the cost guys? 15,000. हाँ. Finally, beta, the last activity, which is machine setup. We know that the cost per setup, beta, was 1,000 rupees, guys, per setup. The number of setups are given, guys. I can multiply this. Thank you, guys. 3,60,000. You have to add all of these expenses, guys, and this will become total overheads, guys, product-wise. 71,040, 2,23,500, 50,500, and this. 7 lakh. Next. 8 lakh. 85,000. 60, 060. This will be your total overheads, guys. Look at the requirement, beta. Kya puch raha hai? You're required to calculate activity-based production cost, guys. They did not specify cost per unit, so it is preferable to write total cost and then also write cost per unit. Thode questions mein they will directly specify that you have to compute cost per unit. Just question 5. दोनों का requirement is very clear that it is mandatory to show cost per unit. Are we clear? वरना बेटा हर एक question में आदत डाल लो. Will compute both cost per unit as well as total cost. To this I will add direct materials, guys, and direct wages. That cannot change, guys. That will remain same whether it is traditional method or whether it is. Can you multiply 550 guys with 10,000 units, 5 lakhs, 40 with 20,000 units? Can you add all the expenses? This will be the total production cost, guys, of all the products. 15 lakhs. Next. Next. Cost per unit, beta. Can you divide it by the total output? Divide by 10,000, 20,000 and 30,000 units, beta. 150 point. 124 point. 667. Are we all clear about this, guys? This cost per unit we are supposed to compute, guys. So this is under ABC. If in case they would have asked us to write whether it is under or over costed. What is your cost per unit, guys, under traditional method? Under traditional method, guys, what is the cost per unit? 110, 120 and 140. What is the cost per unit, guys, under ABC? 150.494, 124.253, 123.667. देवांश तू बोल बेटा मेरे को अभी second bench. First product A, is it under costed or over costed under traditional method? Whatever we are going to write, guys, it will be under traditional method in comparison to ABC. Under costed. Product A was given a lesser share of expenditure, guys, under traditional method. That is why the product was under costed. You gave them a lesser share of expenditure. Yes or no, guys? So ये under costing हो गया बेटा. Under or over costing. Under which method? Let's not forget that. ABC is accurate cost allocation. What the organization was doing better was incorrect cost allocation. Second वाले product का बेटा under costing or over costing? Under costing 4.243. Third वाला over costing 16 point. Proud of you guys. हो गया बेटा कहानी खत्म. समझ में आ रहा है? एक इंच कंडे. A company manufactures 3 types of products, guys, namely PQ and R. The data relating to a period are as under. Machine hours per unit are given, guys, for all the 3 products, 10, 18 and 14. Direct labor hours per unit are given at the rate of 20 rupees per hour. 4, 12 and 8. Direct material per unit is given. Production units are given. Currently, the company uses traditional costing method and absorbs all production overheads on the basis of machine hours. And the absorption rate per hour is already given. How much? 6 rupees. They did not tell us, guys, how much is the total amount of overheads, but then they gave us the absorption rate per hour, guys. Can we compute total machine hours at present? You will write that bit as 10 hours per unit. Jara ruk ek second. 10 hours per unit multiplied by 3000 units, 18 hours per unit multiplied by 5000, 14 hours per unit multiplied by 20,000. This will give us the total number of machine hours, guys. कितना आ रहा है बेटा? 4 lakhs. This 4 lakhs you will multiply by 6 rupees per hour to get your total overheads. कितना है? समझ में आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है guys? Just understand the difference between this question and the previous question. In the previous question, overheads activity wise were already given. In this question, overheads activity wise are not given. We have to compute those overheads activity wise. Nothing else. Did you all get that? 24 lakhs. Next, better. Can we also compute cost per unit under traditional method? Don't do it now, but do we have all the information? We have direct material per unit. We have direct wage per unit. We can compute overheads per unit. That will give us total cost per unit, guys, under traditional method. Are we clear about this? Next, beta. The company proposes to use activity-based costing, and the activity analysis is as under. In this question, guys, level of cost driver is not given. It is our job to compute the level of cost driver also. Just say they did not give us how many batches, but then they gave batch size. Upper production मालूम है. Product P, guys, how many units did you manufacture? 3000 units. What is the batch size of product P? Can we compute total number of batches? 20 batches. ये already दिया हुआ था बेटा in the previous question. They already gave us how many batches, how many production runs, how many orders executed. In this question, we will have to compute all of that. Are you getting it? 3000 divided by 150. Second product के लिए बेटा 5000 divided by 500. Third product के लिए 20,000 divided by 1000. This will be the total number of batches. The presentation will vary a little, guys, so that is why please wait. I'll present computation of cost driver as well as rate per driver in the same statement. But are we all clear about this? Next, beta, number of purchase orders per batch. How will I get total number of purchase orders? Multiply this number of purchase orders per batch, guys, with number of batches. I will get total number of purchase orders. Number of inspections per batch, guys. Even this you will have to multiply by number of batches. You will get total number of inspections. नीचे देखो बेटा, the total production overheads are as under. तुमको total overheads कितने आए थे पहले? That means 24 lakhs का 20% is related to machine setup. 4,80,000. That will become the cost pool of machine setup. What do you think, guys, will be the cost driver for machine setup? Number of setups. That will be nothing but number of batches. Are we clear? Machine operation cost के लिए क्या रहेगा बेटा? Machine hours. I already told you बेटा, machine hours need not be the only allocation basis, but it can definitely be the allocation basis for one of the activities. So machine operation cost you're going to allocate on the basis of total number of machine hours. Inspection cost will be on the basis of total number of inspections. Material procurement related costs, number of purchase orders. You are required to calculate cost per unit of each product using traditional method of absorbing overheads, and also calculate cost per unit using activity based costing principles. You have to compute cost per unit, guys, under both traditional method as well as under ABC. Question simple hai beta. Are we all clear about this? Chalo, we'll do it together, guys. At least that rate per driver part. Traditional method tum sabko aata hai. Let's start. Question number 3, guys. First, traditional method. Overheads are absorbed on the basis of machine hours. Rate per hour कितना है बेटा? 6 rupees. वो बाद में लिखेंगे ना. Once we start ABC, we'll write total machine hours and then we will write everything. अभी जरूरत नहीं है ना traditional में. How much is your direct material, guys, per unit? 90, 80, 120. How much will be your direct wages per unit? Rate per hour beta is 20 rupees. 20 multiplied by यहाँ पे how many hours beta? 4 hours. That'll be 80 rupees. 12 hours would be 240. 160. Same way guys with overheads, rate per hour is given, machine hours per unit are given, you just have to multiply that rate per unit guys with machine hours per unit. हो गया भव्या तेरा ये भी? Overheads per unit guys, the rate per hour beta is how much? 6 rupees. It will be for 10 hours, 60 rupees, 18 hours, 108, 14 hours, 84. What will be your total cost per unit? 90, 80 and 60 guys. 230, 80, 240 and 108. 428. Next. This will be your total cost per unit. This is the answer to the first bit. 230 guys, 428 and 364. आ गया बेटा ये. Now before we start ABC, मतलब ABC लिखेंगे, but we will have to compute total overheads guys. Yes or no? Total overheads compute करने के लिए बेटा first we will have to write what total machine hours. कैसे लिखोगे बेटा? 10 hours into 3000 units. This is for product P guys. 18 hours into 5000 units. This is a product Q, and 14 hours into 20,000 units. All put together beta. And you know that your overhead absorption rate was 6 rupees. This was the reason why in the previous question I made you to write total overheads under both traditional and ABC, so that you understand it doesn't matter whether you follow traditional or ABC. Overheads that you're allocating beta would still be the same. समझ में आ रहा है बेटा देवांश? What will be your total overheads guys? 4 lakh hours multiplied by 6 rupees per hour, and that beta would be 20. All of you better pay attention, just listen for a minute guys, and then you can write statement of level of cost driver and rate per driver. If you want you can show these two statements separately guys, or you can also club them. अब जैसे बेटा production guys of PQR कितना हो जाएगा? How many units of P guys? 3000 units. Q 5000. 20,000. As far as machine setup is concerned guys, will it be governed by batch size? Yes or no? So machine setup के नीचे मैं लिखता हूँ batch size guys. What's the batch size of product P? 150, 500 and 1000. What will be the number of batches? Number of batches guys will be 20, 10, 20. Total guys, this will become the level of cost driver. Level of cost driver कितना है बेटा? 50. What is the amount guys related to machine setup? We just computed that the total overheads are 24 lakhs. So 24 lakhs multiplied by 20%. 4 lakh. What will be the rate per driver? 4,80,000 divided by 50. 9,600. Likewise beta, if you look at the second activity guys, machine operation last में लिखता हूँ. I'll write inspection. Order में क्या है वहाँ पे? हाँ जान दो. Inspection cost. What are the number of inspections, guys, per batch? Number of inspections per batch will be 5. समझ में आ रहा है बेटा सबको? This you will multiply by what, guys? Number of batches. So what will be the total inspections, guys? 5 multiplied by 20, 100. 4 multiplied by 10, 40. 3 multiplied by 20, 60. All put together 200 inspections. What is the total inspection cost बेटा जो नीचे दिया हुआ है? 40%. 24 lakhs multiplied by 40%, 9,60,000 divided by 200, 4,800. Are we clear? And then guys, setup. क्या है वो? क्या हुआ? क्या डाउट है? Material. तेको बुलाया ना अभी. Material procurement, guys. You will write number of purchase orders per batch. Number of purchase orders per batch बेटा कितने? 3, 10 and? Can you tell me total purchase orders? Multiply by number of batches बेटा. First वाले के लिए number of batches are 20. Next वाले के लिए number of batches are 10. Next वाले के लिए it is 20. So all put together 320. The total material procurement cost is 24 lakhs का 10% बेटा. 2,40,000. Divide 2,40,000 guys by 320. How much will be the amount? And finally beta machine operation cost. We know machine operation cost is directly driven by. I will write total machine hours. Did we calculate this before? First वाले के लिए it is 30,000 hours. Next वाले के लिए it is 90,000 hours. Next वाले के लिए it is 2,80,000 hours. All put together 4 lakhs. So this will be 24 lakhs multiplied by 30%. 7,20,000. Rate per hour. Why is it not 6 rupees that we got under traditional? That 6 rupees includes all the other overheads also, guys. And this is exclusively only machine operation cost. That is why it does not include any of those other expenses. Are we clear? After this, beta, directly allocation of cost. श्रेष्ठ हो गया बेटा तेरा. मशीन सेटअप का रेट पर ड्राइवर कितना था बेटा? 4,800, 9,600. 9,600 पर सेटअप. लेवल ऑफ सेटअप बेटा 20, 10, 20. 20, 10, 20. 1,92,000, 96,000, 1,92,000. Next activity beta was machine operation. Machine operation beta rate per driver guys is 1.8 per hour. Order can change beta. तुम लोग जो लिखे पहले continue करो. 30,000, 90,000, 2,80,000. 30,000 hours, 90,000 hours beta and 2,80,000 hours. 30,000 मतलब 54,000 beta. 90,000 मतलब 1,62,000. 5,04,000. This is your allocation of machine operation cost. इसके बाद में बेटा comes inspection cost. Inspection cost was 4,800 per inspection. Number of inspections beta 140 and 60. So this will become 4,80,000, 1,92,000 beta 2,88,000. Last one guys is material procurement cost. एक second. Material procurement, it was 750 rupees per PO guys, purchase order. The number of purchase orders were 60, 100 and 160. So 45,000, 75,000 beta and 1,20,000. The total overheads as such guys would be 7,71,000, 5,25,000. This you will divide by the total output guys and write overheads per unit. पूरा per unit करे तो बस है because requirement is to compute anyways cost per unit only. So you can also add direct material per unit and direct wage per unit. Number of units कितने बेटा? 3,000, 5,000. How much is the overhead per unit? 7,71,000 divided by 3,000 better. 2, 257. 1, last wala. 55 point. Add direct material and direct wage per unit, guys. Direct material per unit and direct wage per unit. Direct material beta was 90, 80 and 120. Direct wages beta were 80 rupees, 240 rupees and 160. You will get cost per unit under ABC. 427, 425, 280, 335.2. Fine, better. MSG Limited has collected the following data for its two activities. It calculates activity cost rates based on cost driver capacity. So the rate per driver, guys, is not based on actual usage. It is based on capacity. For power, the cost driver is kilowatt hours and the capacity is 50,000 kilowatt hours. The cost is 2 lakhs. So 2 lakhs divided by 50,000 kilowatt hours, better, the rate per driver is going to be 4 rupees. For quality inspections, guys, it is going to be 3 lakhs divided by 10,000 inspections. Kitna hai? 30 rupees. Can you write it there only, better? कौन table बनाएगा इसके लिए? Rate per driver बोल के please write it there, बेटा. 4 rupees and 30 rupees. Please write, better, rate per driver as 4 rupees and 30 rupees. मार लिया कोई यहाँ से? तुम्हारी मिल गया बेटा पेंसिल. थैंक यू. यहाँ पे एक रहता हमेशा. Next, beta, next page. The company makes 3 products, MST. For the year ending on 31st March 2014, the following consumption of cost drivers was reported. They've given us, guys, how much is the amount of resource utilization by product M, S and T. Kilowatt hours, देखो बेटा तीनों का मिला के कितना है? 45,000 hours. It is 10,000 plus 20,000 plus 15,000. What is the total capacity, guys? Rate per driver is based on the total capacity of 50,000 kilowatt hours, whereas the actual resource utilization will only be based on those 45,000 hours. Will there be under recovery of overheads? Yes. Just like how we did in overheads chapter beta, even here there will be under recovery of overheads. That will be the answer to the second bit. Calculate the cost of unused capacity for each activity. It is exactly the same as under recovery of overheads. If you look at quality inspections, guys, the total number of total capacity was 10,000 inspections, whereas the actual quality inspections, guys, are, again, there is an underutilization of 1,000. The remaining amount beta will become your cost of unused capacity. Are we clear? We've already written cost per rate per driver, guys. We'll directly start allocating cost. That is answer to the first bit. अरे मैं क्या करूँ रे? Same ही तो है. Directly start with cost allocation, guys, in the 9th question, first bit. कोई बाद में डाउट पूछा ना सर, ऐसे रेट पर ड्राइवर क्वेश्चन पेपर में लिख सकते हैं? ठीक है बेटा हसन. 4 rupees, guys, per kilowatt hour. The level of cost driver, guys, actual usage is 10,000, 20,000 and 15,000. What will be the cost allocation, guys? Gadi, 40,000, 80,000 and 60,000. After power beta, what do we have? Quality inspection. 30 rupees, guys, per inspection. 3,500, 2,500 and 3,000. So this will become how much? capacity. Power guys and quality inspection, you will first write total capacity बेटा. Capacity कितना था इसका 50,000 kilowatt hours and this was 10,000 inspections. What was the capacity utilized? Capacity utilized beta is 45,000 kilowatt hours and 9,000 inspections. What is the unused capacity? Unused capacity beta would be 5,000 kilowatt hours and 1,000 inspections. In respect of this beta, what will be the cost of unused capacity? You know the rate per driver beta is how much? This is like your absorption rate, 4 rupees and 30 rupees. So cost of unused capacity. Cost of unused capacity beta is 20,000 and 30,000. Put together beta total 50,000 under recovery. PCP Limited belongs to the apparel industry. It specializes in the distribution of fashionable garments. It buys from the industry and resells the same to the following two different supermarkets. There's supermarket A that deals in adults garments, age group 15 to 30. B beta dealing in kids, age group 5 to 10. बीच वाले मरो हाँ. ठीक है. The following data for the month of April guys in respect of PCP has been approved, reported. They've given us the average revenue per delivery, average COGS per delivery. Number of deliveries are given. In the past, PCP Limited has used gross margin percentage to evaluate the relative profitability of its supermarket segments. The company plans to use activity-based costing for analyzing the profitability of its supermarket segments. The April month's operating cost other than COGS are 16,55,995 rupees. These operating costs are assigned to 5 activity areas. The cost in each area and activity analysis are included in including the cost driver for the month of April are as follows. Store delivery cost beta is 3,90,500. The cost driver for which is the number of store deliveries. They've given us the number of store deliveries beta niche. Cartons dispatched to store is 4,15,250. The cost driver for that guys is cartons dispatched to store. Per delivery strike karo. It cannot be per delivery, it has to be on the basis of total cartons. So what will I do guys? Niche dekho kya diya hua hai. They've given us average number of cartons shipped per store delivery. You'll multiply that by number of stores delivery. Shelf stocking at the customer store should be done on the basis of hours of shelf stocking. Niche diya hua hai beta, what is the average number of hours? Per store delivery again, obviously you'll multiply that with the number of store deliveries. Line item ordering guys is on the basis of line items per purchase order. They've given us guys average number of line items per order. This you're going to multiply by the number of orders. Are we clear? Customer purchase order processing will be directly done on the basis of number of purchase orders by customers. Total number of orders diya hua hai niche. Hi Anna guys. Compute gross margin percentage for each of its supermarket segments and compute PCP Limited's operating income. And then compute operating income of each segment using activity based costing information. समझ में आ रहा है? If you're done with that beta, you can start off with traditional method. याद रखना total revenue, total COGS लिखना है. You will multiply revenue per delivery with the total number of deliveries given above. You will multiply COGS with the total number of deliveries. You will get gross margin. Do not deduct operating expenses guys. Supermarket wise, directly deducted from the total column. क्योंकि existing अपन क्या कर रहे हैं? How are we evaluating profitability? Using gross margin. That means operating expenses are not being allocated. Are we clear? If you want, you can write that statement. At present, profitability is being evaluated on the basis of gross margin. Profitability is being evaluated on the basis of gross margin. On the basis of gross margin. At present, profitability is being evaluated on the basis of gross margin. Also, the requirement is to compute gross margin segment wise. Gross margin segment wise and operating income of the entire company. Operating income of the entire company. Operating income of the entire company. So we will not allocate. We will not allocate. We will not allocate operating expenses under requirement 1. We will not allocate operating expenses but under requirement 1. Are you all clear about this? कौन सा? It can be done on the basis of COGS. That is the only requirement. You have to start better now. This is under the existing system beta. You'll write supermarket A, supermarket B and write total column also. You will need total column. What are the number of deliveries that we are making, guys? Revenue declare your direct total revenue. It will be 1,69,950, guys, multiplied by how many deliveries? 660. 60. Here, guys, it will be 57,750 multiplied by 1,650 orders. 9 crores. 52 lakhs. 500. Hmm? 24 lakhs. From this you will deduct COGS, but they've given us COGS per delivery. You will simply multiply. Correct, but Ayush? One crore, 10 crores, 10 crore 89 lakhs. Here, beta, this will be 9 crore 7 lakhs. दोनों का total beta will become 50,000. Write the amount of gross margin, guys. 32 lakhs. Next. Next. 77, 78 lakhs. Huh? And then you will deduct operating expenses. I just told you beta that you will directly deduct operating expenses from total column. कितना बेटा वो? 16,55,900 and the amount of operating expenses is significantly less, guys, in comparison to the total income. So कुछ ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है. What is the operating income beta for the entire company? You have to deduct, guys, not add. 61 lakhs. 505. तो add करी बेटा gross margin और operating expenses. Requirement is to compute gross margin percentage, guys. How will you do that? 32,67,000 beta divide by sales 11 crores 21,67,000. Can you all divide and tell me the gross margin percentage? 2.91. दूसरे वाले का बेटा 76. ये ले बेटा 20 लिखता हूँ. ऑपरेटिंग इनकम मार्जिन परसेंटेज गाइस ओवरऑल करोगे डायरेक्टली. हाँ 2 पॉइंट. दिस इज द आंसर टू द फर्स्ट बिट गाइस. 19 ही है. Harshit, someone likes you very much. Guys, even in the second part beta here, customer purchase order जो है, it should not be per customer. कहाँ गया रही है? Line item ordering beta, it should not be per purchase order. It should only be on the basis of total line items. You can strike the word per purchase order. Obviously beta, you will have to take total number of line items rather than taking line items per PO. Cost भी हो गया. Computation of rate per driver guys. Store delivery is the first activity. What is the amount? 3,90,500. For which the cost driver given in the question beta is store deliveries. What is the total number of store deliveries beta? The level of cost driver guys is 3,905. You will add 1,100 and 2,805 beta. What will be the rate per driver? 100 rupees. The second is cartons dispatched. The total amount is 4,15,250. This will be guys on the basis of number of cartons shipped. So this is given as per store delivery guys. You will write 1,100 multiplied by 250 beta plus 2,805 multiplied by 50. कितना हो गया ये? 4,15,250. So the rate per driver beta would be 1 rupee. Yes or no kids? Next beta is shelf stocking. Total amount beta is 64,845. This will be on the basis of what? Number of hours of shelf stocking. नीचे जो दिया हुआ है बेटा that is per store delivery. Again what will you do beta? Multiply 1,100 multiplied by 6, 6,600 guys plus 2,805 multiplied by 1.5. Total 807.5. You will get तो 0.5 नहीं ली थी. Next beta line item ordering. Line 3,45,400 beta. The total number will be line items. It should be multiplied by number of orders beta. 14 into 770 plus 12 into 1980. कितना हो गया? 34,540. 10 rupees case. And finally beta customer purchase ordering processing. 4,40,000. This will be on the basis of number of orders. Total number of orders कितने? Per order 160. All of you check beta. This should be your rate per drivers. 100, 1, 6, 10 and 160. Did you all get the same answers beta? Check if you all got these rate per drivers. After that you will start showing the allocation of overheads to supermarket A and supermarket B. Activity rate per driver. Level of operating income na? हाँ compulsory. Level of cost driver and supermarket A and supermarket B. Is everyone done with rate per driver? Yes guys. Store delivery beta rate per driver कितना है? हाँ? Level of cost driver 1,100 and thank you 2805 beta. This will become 1,10,000 and 2,80,500. Cartons dispatched 1 rupee beta. The total number of cartons shipped will be 1100 into 250. 2,75,000 and 1,40,250. So you'll directly write these amounts beta, 2,75,000 and 1,40,250. Next beta, shelf stocking. Rate per hour was how much? 6 rupees. Level of cost driver 6,600. 4207.5. 6,600 into 6, 39,000. And this will be 25,000 for 245. Line item ordering 10 rupees per line item बेटा. कितने हो जाएंगे? 10,000. हाँ. Total amount बेटा 1,07,800, 2,37,600. Customer purchase order बेटा. Processing कितना हो जाएगा? 100 and after that हाँ 1900 and कितना हो जाएगा ये? 1,23,200. 13 lakhs 6,800. Total overheads बेटा 6,55,000. हाँ 10 lakhs. Please check beta if you all got this. Once you get this beta, start presenting the income statement again. Start with the amount of sales, deduct COGS. You will get gross margin and then deduct operating expenses, yes, supermarket wise, and then write total and then compute operating margin percentage. Yes beta. You tell me the amount of revenue guys. 11 crore 67,000. 9 crore 52 lakhs. Huh? 20 crore 74 lakhs. 54,500 minus COGS. Huh? 50,000. Gross margin beta is 32 lakhs 67,000. 37,500. Uh-huh. Huh? Huh? What will be the amount of operating income? Hmm. 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 Operating income percentage. Huh? 3281. 3 point. Huh? 96. These are your operating income percentages, guys. Please check if you're all done with this. Yes or no, guys? Padliye question, padliye pura. So the best part about the next question, guys, is that the rate per driver is already given. They've told us that for order taking, customer visits, delivery, product handling, guys, and expedited deliveries, the rate per drivers are given in the question. If you look at the requirement, guys, it is to compute customer level operating income of each 5 retail customers now being examined. All of these actually come as a part of strategic analysis of operating income, guys, which ABC tells us that traditional method is useless because you take decisions on the basis of gross profit. Once you properly allocate all selling and distribution expenses also on using ABC principles, you will realize that though the gross profit margins of few customers are higher, the net profit percentage might be significantly lower because of a very high proportion of selling and distribution expenses. So you should never take decisions on the basis of gross margin, you should take decisions on the basis of operating margin. That is called as strategic analysis of operating income. It is nothing but applying ABC principles. ये तुम लोग फाइनल में सीखोगे वापस, ये पूरे क्वेश्चंस वहीं के हैं. So we do it for evaluating customer wise profitability. We also do it to determine product wise profitability, to decide which products should be continued, which products should be discontinued. Are we clear? यहाँ पे if you look at the requirement guys, it says compute customer level operating income for each of the 5 retail customers being examined. What insights are gained by reporting both list selling price and actual selling price? So what we will do beta is in the statement we will write list selling price minus trade discount and write actual selling price. That actual selling price we will convert into actual sales minus COGS minus all of these expenses. Are we clear? First, can you prepare a statement showing allocation of all of these expenses? Total कर लो वो expenses का, ताकि we will take that expenditure directly in the income statement. I will present the income statement. You guys are directly going to allocate. Just multiply and write expenditure beta customer wise. Is that clear? कितना आ रहा बेटा अमाउंट्स? लेवल 11,000. हाँ, 22,500, 18,250, 750, 22,500. करेक्ट लगाना. Next beta customer visits, it is 600 rupees per visit. 23623. That'll be 1200, 1800, 3600, 1200 and 1800. Deliveries guys are 5.75 per delivery kilometer. Guys, you have to multiply number of deliveries guys with number of kilometers per delivery. Number of deliveries को number of kilometers से multiply करो बेटा. First one will be 200, 180, 300, 400 and 600. कितना हो गया? 1150, 1035, 17. हाँ, कितना बेटा? 2300, 3450. Next वाला बेटा is product handling. It is 3.75 per case sold. Cases sold सबसे ऊपर है देखो. చెప్తావా? 550. हाँ, 13,000. हाँ, हाँ, 32906.1 అవుతున్నాడు. Next beta, expedited deliveries guys. 2250. Only one case. 2250. Sum total बेटा कोई किया? 31. हाँ, 415. 548.25. Huh? 06. 62,009, not 6.25. Please check better. Operating income statement, guys. We will write the amount of volume, we will write the amount of list selling price, and we will write actual selling price. What are the number of cases sold, guys? 4,680, 19,688, 1,36,800, 71,550, and 8,775. The list selling price, guys, of all of these products is how much? 108. There was a discount given, guys, to all the customers. Majorly it is on the basis of number of units, if you observe. So your actual selling price to the first customer is 108. He was given a 0 discount. Second customer, guys, was given a discount of 1.8. Third customer was given a discount of 9 rupees. Next customer, guys, was given a discount of 3.6. Last customer with a discount of 10.8. We can now multiply, guys, number of cases sold with actual selling price. You will get sales minus, we are buying each case at what price? 90 rupees. You can write the amount of gross margin, guys, and then beta we will deduct operating expenses. We are going to get operating income. This is what we are going to write. समझ में आ रहा है? Start, guys. Sales के लिए क्या करोगे? समझ में आया नहीं आया? 20,90,860. 65.6, 66. Next वाला. Next. Next. तेरे बुक में नहीं लिखी तू, या जो तू लिखी वो तेरे को नहीं समझ में आ रहा? Yes, guys. How much is your COGS? Beta 4680 into 90. 4,21,000. Next. 920. Next. 12,000. Next. Next. 750. What is the amount of gross margin? 240. 3 lakh. हाँ हाँ 3. अरे 400 बेस चुप. हाँ नेक्स्ट. 118. From this you will deduct operating expenses. Beta 31150. 95,415. 5,40,825. 562.5. Point to 5. How much is the amount of operating income? 53,090. गाइस खुद का कैलकुलेटर यूज कर लो बेटा, बैटरी बचाने के चक्कर में कॉपी ना को करो डायरेक्टली. 2 lakhs 530 point. हाँ 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 273 point. These are the amount of operating incomes, guys. There's no need to compute operating income as a percentage beta, because obviously operating income will be lesser for the largest volume customer, because we are giving them a substantially higher amount of discount. They will not be directly comparable. The fact that we are giving discounts, we are not bothered about profit in percentage. We are more bothered about absolute amount of profits. Otherwise, better that discount wouldn't have made any sense. Are we all clear about this? So guys, the highest volume is being ordered by customer C, while the highest amount of absolute profit is being realized from customer D, guys. This can be due to disproportionate amount of discount that is being offered. Yes or no? The company should review the policy so that at least whether the customer is ordering the most also results in the highest amount of profit. Next, guys, if you talk about the discount policy, you will state that the discounts are in line with the quantity, guys. Higher the quantity ordered, higher is the amount of discount that is being offered by the company, guys, except in case of customer E. Customer E is ordering a significantly lower quantity as such, guys. In spite of that is being offered higher amount of discount. Also, guys, he is the customer who's utilizing the resources. If you look at the number of purchase orders, guys, or you look at the number of deliveries as such, everything is higher for customer E, meaning the share of other expenses, guys, also will be higher. Yes or no? The company should either discontinue selling to that customer E, guys, or if that customer is strategically important because the expected volume would be higher in the future years, then continue. There must be a reason as to why a higher amount of discount is being offered. Oh, back, guys. Activity based costing, guys, helps us in better cost allocation so that we can arrive at the accurate cost of a product. Activity based management on the other side is using the principles of ABC, guys, for the purpose of cost management. Okay? That in turn will help us in decision making, no doubt about it as such, guys. It's better for, when you say management as such, guys, you're basically talking about using it as a tool of cost reduction. To use it as a tool of cost reduction or for the purpose of managing the organization as such, guys, activity based management. There are three analyses that we perform. You already know this. The first one is cost driver analysis. The second one is activity analysis. The third one is performance analysis. Cost driver analysis, guys, is basically undertaking a study of all the cost drivers of the organization, the factors that are resulting in the organization incurring cost. Unless and until you undertake a detailed study of all the cost drivers of the organization, you will never be able to save any cost. Because of which factors are the organization as such incurring cost, or what is driving the cost of activities of an organization. Proper detailed study has to be undertaken. Sometimes you may feel that a particular factor is contributing or resulting in incurrence of cost, but only once you undertake a detailed study of it, you will realize that that factor is barely resulting in any cost. So cost driver analysis is as simple as this. The next one is activity analysis. Under this analysis, we will have to undertake a detailed study of all the activities that are performed by the organization. These activities will be segregated into two categories called as value added activities and non-value added activities. I've been using these words right from the beginning. First chapter when I told you about cost control and cost reduction, guys, even there I spoke about value added and non-value added activities. So once you undertake a detailed study of all the activities of the organization, you will have to identify which of these activities are adding value to the end customer, which of these activities are not adding value to the end customer. Anything that adds value to the end customer is termed as a value added activity. You cannot eliminate these activities. You can only yawn and try to find out how can you perform these activities better. Non-value added activities, on the other hand, is something that is performed by the organization that does not add any value to the customer. So, can you name any non-value added activities? The other day I gave an example while explaining concepts. Excellent, Moksha. Inspection, guys, was the example that I gave in the previous class. I said inspection is considered as a non-value added activity. Tum inspect kar rahe ho beta, but that is not going to create any additional value to the end customer. The company should believe in manufacturing the right quality product first time. So once an organization undertakes a detailed study of all the activities that they are performing as such, they should try to perform value added activities more efficiently, and they should try to eliminate all the non-value added activities. The intent is very clear. Eliminate non-value added activities and perform value added activities. See how can you better perform these value added activities so that they can be performed at a lower cost without compromising on the value that is being derived by the customer. The last one is performance analysis. When you say performance analysis, guys, this basically undertakes a study of the factors that you should be using to evaluate the performance of different responsibility centers or the different activities. We are not evaluating the performance directly. We are only trying to evaluate what factors should be used in order to evaluate performances. सबसे important होता है बेटा organizations में this only. If you're using a wrong factor, guys, for the purpose of evaluating the performance, There's absolutely no sense in undertaking that performance analysis only. So what should determine better that a particular activity has been performed well or not? Matlab you can say key performance indicator है साथ बेटा तुम्हारा. So what should be used for the purpose of that performance analysis is what you undertake under the third one. Are we clear? All of these three beta comes under activity based management. This will help an organization in reducing the overall cost. इसीलिए when they talk about applications as such guys of how will you use activity based management in business, there are few things that are given guys. The first one is cost reduction. I've been talking about this right from the beginning guys. ABC, how will it help us in cost reduction? You're identifying the exact cause and effect relationship, what is resulting in the organization better expenses. So obviously you can work on those drivers better and reduce the overall cost incurred by the organization. Agar setup cost zyada hai, you will try to reduce the setup time. If setup time is reduced, won't your setup cost automatically reduce? Yes or no guys? Just in the first class I gave you an example of how an organization reduced as such guys their assembly time of a product, total assembly time from 24 hours to about 90 minutes. That is the time taken by an organization to assemble a car. Now better these days there are organizations that claims that they can assemble a car in less than a minute. Yeah, fully automated as such guys. Xiaomi claims that they can assemble a car in a minute. So halwa bana rahe beta aur kuch nahi pata nahi, but jo bhi hai guys. So that is guys undertaking a detailed study as such beta and then seeing how can you improvise those activities. The second one beta is business process re-engineering. Kabhi sune iske bare mein, BPR ke bare mein ya nahi? You had this in strategic management, process innovation or business process engineering. Business process re-engineering guys is a term that was given by a Harvard lecturer. He said BPR involves conducting a study again guys of all the operations of the firm, detailed study. It is about questioning yourself, why are you doing a particular activity in a particular manner only? Why are we doing it as such guys? How are we performing the activity? In most cases guys, operations or processes in an organization simply continue because it existed. Why are we doing it this way as such beta? When you ask, it's like asking your grandparents, why is this being done? मुंह बंद रख, हमारे दादा भी यही करते थे बोल के. So BPR goes against that principles. It starts questioning the organization better. क्या बोल रहा था मैं? Business process re-engineering guys basically involves undertaking a radical redesign of your processes. Questioning why are we doing things in a particular manner. It has to be a radical redesign. There cannot be a minor improvement as such guys. For you to undertake a radical redesign of your entire process, you will have to first undertake a study of your process. ABC helps in process study. ABC will not directly help us in BPR. BPR implement करने के लिए बेटा you still have to think out of the box and see how things can be performed in a better manner. There's something called as process innovation and BPR. शायद फाइनल में पढ़ोगे या उसके आगे पता नहीं, या MBA अगर MBA किए तो वहाँ पे पढ़ोगे बेटा. Process innovation में you're trying to improvise only a particular process. BPR में you will have to undertake a detailed study of all the processes because majority of the processes will be interlinked. Are you clear? If you're working only on your purchase order process better, that will come under process innovation. You want to revamp the entire thing, that will come under BPR, business process re-engineering. Any doubt in this guys? The next one beta that we have here is benchmarking. We all know what is benchmarking. Guys, we all know guys, I think. Nahi hai beta benchmarking. It can be an external benchmark, it can be an internal benchmark as such beta. You will want to compare your performances with a specific target that you have fixed in mind. It can be with other organizations or your internal organizations also, or it can be against your past performance also. If someone says guys that, you know, if Rohit has scored 264 in a particular test innings, he has set a benchmark as such beta for the other players to follow. So that is something as such beta which will be seen as a standard set of optimum performance guys. The bench ABC will also help an organization guys in benchmarking. Reason as such beta is you will not be able to compare. Har jagah guys, wherever you want to improve, you will have to first undertake a study of your existing processes. Otherwise, you will not be able to improve. That's the only reason why ABC helps us in benchmarking also. And the last one guys, performance measurement. Because under activity based management, we also undertake performance analysis. What is performance analysis? Undertaking a study of the factors that can be used. How will it help us in performance measurement better? Unless you know what should be an appropriate performance measure, you will never be able to measure the performance of any department. And to know what should be an appropriate performance measure guys, you will have to use ABC, because we are anyways arriving at the amount performance measures better. Is that clear? activity based budgeting, guys. When you say activity based budgeting, it is when we do budgeting, I'll come back to this later. It is preparing budgets that are using the principles of activity based costing. For that, you should understand how traditional budgets are prepared, and then we will learn about how these activity based budgets will be prepared. But activity based budgeting simply using the principles of activity based costing for the purpose of preparation of your budgets. Are we clear? ये दोनों important mark कर लेना बेटा. ABM and ABM in business. And one more thing that you will mark important. Notes में भी लिख लेना. Refer these pages बोल के. Examples of cost drivers on page number 12.2 has come multiple times in the examination with the same side headings, guys. Page number 12.2, examples of cost drivers. As I told you, there can be one additional theory question beta that can come from any chapter. Activity based costing is important for that one additional question. I'm not telling you that it will come in every attempt. It may come.